Hello, and welcome to the first official episode of Think About It podcast. Today, our topic of discussion will be religion. Specifically, an argument I had with one of my friends. The argument started like this. As I said before, I am 16, so I do go to school and such, but I do think rather more deeply than some of my peers. I myself am an atheist. There's nothing wrong with being Christian. I believe that religion is a great thing to have for most people, but for others, it just makes them annoying. So the conversation I had with my friend was seemingly that God was not real, and it's hard to disprove a concept, because a concept is usually not a concept, an idea, an ideal, a religion, a belief, because a religion is only backed by a book, usually the Bible, the Torah, and the Muslim book, whatever, the Quran. There we go. So I used to be Catholic. I was raised a Catholic anyways. I never truly believed in Catholicism, or I can't even say that right. Roman Catholicism, Romanism, whatever it may be. I don't even know. I never was a true Catholic. I never actually believed in their ideals, and I guess that bothers me in a way because I was raised by it, but at the same time, my parents always told me, "Hey, Santa's real," but I was always like, "No, he's actually kind of not." I never said anything, though, because, hell, I got presents. What do you want from me, right? I got presents. And so discussion went along these lines. I'll have a little outline here, so bear with me as I try to read through it to remember what I actually wrote. So, first, what I wrote first is, people upset me greatly, especially people who have been indoctrinated. They're wrong, but they don't realize it. And this is a big thing among the religious. You present them with evidence, but they can't take it at face value because, well, their entire lives have been they've been given the other lie, and that is the truth to them. So of course you can never disprove their truth, and you can't disprove mine. So what I tend to do with religion, I don't try to disprove their God, because that's impossible. You can't disprove an idea in my eyes. I disprove the book. You have to bear with me. I have a list, but I try to do my best to hide it, but it's rather difficult. And so, here's what I wrote about religion. Let's see. This is what I wrote about them. You ignore the facts, so your religion, parentheses, belief, is not affected by it. And this is, as I said before. So, this particular argument was of no importance to me. Most religious arguments aren't important. I have nothing to lose one way or another. If you can prove me wrong, God does not exist. If you can prove me wrong, what I'm trying to say, and God does exist, then I get to go to heaven, and I start believing. But if you don't prove me wrong, and I'm still believe I'm right, I get to die and never see the light of day again, and be meaningless. So really, it's not a win-win. I don't have a reason to want God not to exist. I want him to be real. Sometimes I find myself yearning for a religion, a God, but then that's just me as man trying to find his way through the universe and being able to survive. Survival is what it's all about. Heaven is eternal life. Eternal life is the answer to everything, right? For man, a heaven, a paradise. That's why people look for God in my eyes. And so I began with my usual argument, which is my usual argument is like there's no evidence for God, and so, but this is the thing that always makes me mad. Religious people bring this up. The Bible proves God. That was her answer. I was like, the Bible, really? Well, you lost all credibility because the source cannot be the proof thereof, right? There has to be other evidence, like, other people who weren't in the Bible. Maybe we're like, hey, look, Jesus is a nice guy. But henceforth, that never happened, as far as I'm aware. So I told her, that's stupid. You can't prove something by the source. It's like, in that sense, Harry Potter could be a reality because, hell, somebody wrote it, right? It doesn't conflict with itself very often, I'm guessing. I have read the entire Harry Potter series, and they were decent books, children books. Not that incredible, but they were all right. Anyway, so my usual argument after that is, if the Bible was a book derived, inspired by an omnipotent force, wouldn't it be a uniform Bible? Theoretically, one Bible is all you would need, but no, there are countless variations of the Bible with different edits and changes. So, if an all-knowing, omnipotent God who controlled everything, wouldn't he be able to make one Bible be the true Bible, not the Catholic Bible, the Christian Bible, it's like James Bible or whatever the hell it is? And so in essence, it doesn't go for God in that. And so then after that, she told me, well, that doesn't prove anything. You're wrong because I'm not Catholic or something like that. That didn't pertain to the topic at hand, but I guess it kind of did because I said that the Catholics, they vote on the Bible, right, that they want to use. but it still was a cop-out answer. And then after that, I told her story of Steve. Steve was a black man who went out into the hood with the wrong colors. This story will be, I'll tell you 4 times. One, the first time he went out, he got shot at by some gangsters, not a bullet hit. He came home, the family was like, it's a miracle. Then, let's rewind the situation. He goes out again, he gets hit in a few places, but just minor stitches, whatnot, to get the bullets out, he's fine. The family says it's a miracle. He goes out again, he gets shot at, but he becomes mentally handicapped, a retard. And his family says it's a miracle. Then what happens, let's rewind the situation, he goes out, he dies, at the funeral, his family says it's a miracle, he's with God in heaven now. And her response to this was, well, that's people miracleizing everything. And I was like, oh my God, people are just stupid. And I was like, yes, I agree with you, religious people are stupid. So then I have to throw out that argument, because she was like, no, fuck that, it doesn't work, right? So then I moved on and started attacking the Bible. And I said, want to know my favorite book in the Bible? And she asked me what it was, and I, of course, said Corinthians. I believe that's the Bible. I'm pretty sure it says all fags go to hell, women should be silent and never talk in church, and it's other demeaning things. And I stuck to what I knew. And she responded with, after I told her that Corinthians said women were inferior, she responded with, no. I told her that the Bible said Corinthians said women were inferior, so that means, and the Bible wrote it, the Bible was written by God, and then she said this. No, the Bible was inspired by God. Well, I'm sorry, that sounds like the same thing. Okay, I didn't think God came down and wrote it on a rock and was like, here you go, Moses, another 10 commandments. I did not believe that. But this is just stupid to me, because, okay, so he didn't write it, but he inspired it by people who are fallible, people who can be wrong or biased, can just be like, fuck you, God, and all that, right? So, since you threw that out, it just makes me mad, because God inspired the Bible. He inspired somebody to write women were inferior. He wasn't just like, hey, you know what, don't write that. Then the guy wrote that, he would have struck him down by lightning. Have you not read the Bible? He does that a lot, kills people when they disobey him. He doesn't do that anymore, apparently, because, well, he's God, he got tired, I guess. And it just makes me mad. What do you think about religion? What's your viewpoint on it? What makes him more legitimate than any other belief? The Christian, the Torah, the Christian, the Muslim, the Jewish. I personally believe in the Jewish God more than any other, because it was original writing and whatnot, but then that's still kind of pointless. The one I believe in the most is the Flying Spaghetti Monster. My favorite, my all-time favorite, this Flying Spaghetti Monster. And so then she just stopped arguing because she had to go, and I kept on telling her, you're wrong, but you won't admit it because you've been indoctrinated. She's like, no, I haven't been indoctrinated. Oh my God, you're so stupid. Jorge, oh my God. And yes, you have been indoctrinated, actually. If you can't see the evidence I put forth, which is Corinthians, the guy, Corinthians wrote that women were inferior, and that God inspired that, but then you won't admit it. So, okay, whatever. She said that it was just a time, but I'm like, really? God wrote the Bible. God inspired it still. And anyways, how do you, and I just proved the book, so I hence disproved their God, right? That's why I think about it. I proved that it was fallible. And anyways, I still think a real God can exist. I'm an atheist, however, so it is possible I could be wrong. Just a God who was like, hey, what's up, guys? It's the beginning of the universe. Yeah, let's go, boom. And it was like, boom. And we were like, yeah. And it was like, peace, bro. And the new universe shit went down, you know? And, man, that keeps on happening. So yeah, and then he's just out there floating around looking up porn or something. But besides that, there's no God that interferes with mankind. As an atheist, that's my belief. And so I'll have to wrap up the Think About It podcast, and I'm hoping to have a guest for the next episode. Probably not, though. So welcome. Thank you for listening to Think About It podcast, and I'll see you again next week or whenever I decide to post something new or have a new topic to talk about. Most of these will be derived from my Tumblr, which I may or may not link because I'm a lazy motherfucker. Goodbye, my friends.